Well, Mattress Matt just put two mil on the Cowboys upsetting.
Oh, so how we starting the pod today? Some bet talk.
Well, I mean, I think we have to after you had to rudely pick the Buccaneers to beat the Cowboys last week.
I didn't think Brady would go outside.
Well, do you want to introduce our new member?
I feel like he should introduce himself, but
the lighting was off. What's up? I'm Carlin. I don't have a cool nickname like you fellas. Check the Rock, Mastermind. Who? I don't have one of those. I'm just Carlin.
just kind of hey, keep it simple, keep it basic. I like it.
No, yeah, I had to make the attire change. The hoodie was too hot, man. Florida weather.
Oh, of course.
I know that pain now.
Yeah, he just moved to Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Where are you used to live?
Wisconsin.
Oh my God. I know it's cold out there.
I went outside for like an hour and a half just to hoop today, and like, I'm just red now.
Yeah, bro, you gotta wear sunscreen. Even I get burnt, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
okay,
I went to
bro.
the beach and I was peeling and stuff, so you gotta be careful.
No, that humidity here is no joke. But I guess it's time to get started, right?
So
For
obviously, how we start every pod, gotta do our portal for the day, man.
You know what this is or no?
I've seen the clips. I've never participated.
So pretty much, so normally we guess LeBron or Giannis first.
Yeah, first, just to start
because
know the
they're the easiest
conference and stuff.
It says LeBron
Okay.
is hooping recently. I think we gotta.
Are you a LeBron fan?
He's a big LeBron fanboy.
Of course.
Bro,
So-
I'm the biggest LeBron meat rider on the planet, so we'll get along great, bro.
All right, so it's a Western Conference player, but why is
Yeah,
the
they're-
Lakers yellow?
Because they're in the same division. Teams in the same division.
Wouldn't the Pacific then be in yellow?
How
Oh,
do
so
I-
that means they're probably in LA then. Wait, what? That makes
Wouldn't make sense,
I've
yeah.
never seen that. I've never seen this before, actually.
Wait, how do I play? The green,
Alright.
I'm assuming that means they're in the Western Conference.
Yes, if it's green, it's correct. If it's yellow, it's close. And if it's white, it's off.
Okay, so the yellow just means they're in the same conference as the Lakers. I like the same division. I don't even know who's in that.
No, because that would be the Pacific under division, but for some reason, that's white.
Oh, I see.
So you know what I'm thinking? They're probably on the Jazz then, right?
Maybe. I mean, if forward is white, he's under 6'9", he has to be a guard.
Yeah.
Mike Conley?
Want to try Mike Conley? I mean, he's younger than 38, but
And you get what? 8 guesses?
yeah, 8 guesses.
Okay. So they are in the Northwest though.
Northwest guard, younger than 35, taller than 6'4".
One, his number is 11.
Number is 11, yeah. Damn, number 11 point guards in the NBA.
That's
Where
what I'm
should
trying to think of.
I can think of Trey off the top of my head, but he's not in the right conference.
Yeah.
We're 11.
Is Lou Dort 11?
And it says it's Northwest Division.
Northwest is what? Jazz?
Jazz, Timberwolves, Blazers, Nuggets.
Is it
Jamal Murray.
Is he number 11? Is he number 11?
I'm pretty sure he's number
Yeah.
11.
No, he's
He's
number
27. I'm
17.
stupid.
We're smooth out here.
Yeah. 66
He's
foot 4.
older than 25.
He's close to
under
25, so he's
27.
probably 26, 27.
Says
He's number 11.
27. So he has to be number 26.
I'm feeling Lou Dort.
You want to try it?
I don't know why I'm thinking about Lou Dort.
I mean, you might be right. Who knows?
Lugans.
Oh.
Nah.
Oh, he's too young.
Lou Dort is 23? Yo, it feels like he's been in the league
Yeah.
forever.
Nah, he gave KU problems in college ball. I think he played at ISU or Iowa State, one of the two. He was super good in college.
So he's either on the Timberwolves or he's on the Blazers. What number is Simons?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is Anthony.
Isn't Anthony bigger than 6'4"?
I think he's 6'4", bro. I think.
No, he's on the Blazers. Though. He's number
6'3",
one.
He's on the Blazers.
6'3".
Oh, it's Buddy Sharp. No, he's 6'9". Is he taller than 6'9"? He's not a guard.
All right, who wears number 11 on the Blazers?
Well, it's not Sharp because he just came out of college.
Yeah, he has to be older than 25.
Facts.
Yeah.
Who's their backup point guard?
GS2?
Gary Payton.
Is he 6'4" and older than 25?
He's older than 25. I just don't know if he's 6'4". Where's Marco, goddammit?
I know. I'm feeling Gary Payton because like he's been in the Liga.
He's been in the league for a long for a
He's been in
minute,
the league
yeah.
for a while. I mean, he hasn't been on like a
Yeah.
NBA team for long. He's been in a G League for a while.
We could try it.
Go ahead. Not Anthony. It's obviously not Dame.
He's only 6'2".
Too short.
0.
Yeah,
We
I
have
think
what?
I think that
Two
was
more
correct.
guesses.
Who's number 11 on the Blazers? What's another guard on the Blazers?
That's bro. It's like when you're put in the situation, you start drawing blanks, bro.
Yeah.
And I've watched some Pacers stuff or some Blazers stuff recently.
It's not Jeremy Grant. It's
Nah, he's number
No.
9. And he's too tall.
Dude, I'm even blanking on this.
Who's guard on the Blazers? Okay, Dame wears number 0. It's not Dame.
It's not
Who's
Simon.
there?
It's not Simons.
Yeah. Who comes in after? Who's their? It's their backup point guard or their shooting guard. And it used to be Gary Trent, but it's not Gary Trent anymore, obviously.
Yeah, that boy hooping in Toronto.
I don't know. I'm blanking. Like I really am.
Badly. Like we started, and I was like, man, I feel like I've never watched a second of basketball ever. Like,
What sucks is the last time we did it, we got it in the second guess. We look so bad right now. Yeah.
You're honestly right. Where's Marco when we need him?
For you don't know, Marco's one of our boys. He's a Blazers fan.
okay, so yeah, that's perfect. I mainly watch regular season basketball when I have the prize picks bets. I just watch to see if my parlays hit. I haven't watched
Wow, we going sat.
what? And he's number 11. He's 26. 6'4".
Yeah, no, I'm actually blanking. I'm blanking hard.
Badly. Who's their second? Who's their second string? Because I know.
The thing is, Portland runs through guards so much.
Yeah. The thing is, I feel like every time I've watched Portland, it's always Dame and Anthony.
Simons being 6'3" is such a lie. That man is so much taller.
Bro, he is a big motherfucker. He actually went to school like 15 minutes away from where I live.
Yeah, South Florida represent.
South Florida. I mean, I'm guessing he had been traded there, like
Yeah.
recently.
Norman Powell.
No,
No, he's in the Clippers. In the Clippers now, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they run through guards, bro, so much.
Yeah. I wanted to say Gary Trent. Then I wanted to say Norman Powell. I knew
Yeah,
it wasn't
Clippers.
either of those two.
Yo. Oh my God, Portland runs
They
through
traded
guards.
away Larry Nance last year. Who did they get back for Larry Nance? Is it Josh Hart?
Yeah.
Josh Hart.
Yeah.
Josh Hart.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Good one.
There we go.
Good job.
Good call. Good call.
Good job, bro. Because I was not gonna guess that.
Josh Hart. Oh my God. I saw him hoop at Miami Pro League this year too. Fuck.
Is it a daily thing? Like, there's a new one every day, or you can just keep playing?
Yeah, there's a new
It's
one every day.
There's a new one
Okay, so it's like Wordle.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's one for football too. There's one for football too, but I don't know offensive linemen like that.
I mean, we can try it.
High.
We can try it.
You want to try Weddle?
Yeah, let's
Is it-
do the football one. Let's do it. I don't know offensive linemen either. Skill positions, I'm pretty solid, but
Yeah, if it's a receiver, corner,
We can do
tight end.
and
Let's
see
do
the thing is,
normal.
in football, I know the divisions way better. In basketball, I don't know the divisions like that.
I mean, we could do normal.
Let's do normal. Let's do normal.
Okay.
All right, who do we want to guess first? Just someone
My-
random.
My guy, Patrick Mahomes,
Let's go, Patty.
my man.
Yeah, so he's in the AFC West.
He's in the AFC. No, he's in the AFC, not the AFC West.
And
Yeah,
he's under
he's-
6'2".
You're under
So
6'2", he's not
probably
a quarterback.
running back. He's probably a running back. If he's
Running
under
back.
6'2".
He's older than 27, so it's got to be some old running back.
How old is Josh Jacobs?
He's not. I don't think he's old.
He's not in the NFC. He's not in the
And
AFC West.
also
No.
his he's just in the AFC, right? Because if he was in AFC West, it'd be green.
It'd be green, yeah.
And
It's just AFC.
And also, Josh Jacobs' number is 28.
It's lower than 15.
So-
So if it's a
so
running
what-
back, it's probably going to be a one-digit running back.
Yeah.
So what's close to the AFC West then? Like, is that
Like just NAFC. Just trying to think of a running back in the AFC with one digit.
I just thought Kenneth Walker, but I was like, no, he's in the NFC.
Nah, he's not NFC.
Yeah, that would be good too. He's number 9.
K9, baby. It's a fire nickname.
Mm,
Mostert's 35,
31.
31.
yeah.
And then Edmonds got is it Chase Edmonds?
Ooh, no, but he's in the AFC West now.
Try.
Yeah.
Damn. I was gonna say James Conner, but he's in the NFC too.
You know, let's just try a running
I mean-
back. Let's just try a running back from the AFC. Let's go Najee Harris. Just someone to. It's not in the North. It's not a running back. I get the feeling it's a defensive player though. Might be a cornerback or a safety.
It could, and a single digit number. So
Yeah.
single
It could be a
digit corner.
it could be a receiver too.
No,
Yeah,
I
it could be a-
I feel like it'd be yellow as an offensive player.
True. So safety or corner
Yeah,
in
Excuse me.
the AFC.
but he's got to be older than 27. Who's a vet cornerback with one digit?
What number is?
I was gonna say Patrick Peet, but he plays in the Vikings.
What
Yeah.
about how old is Xavier Howard?
His
Nah, but-
number's too high.
25, yeah, his number will be too high. Herpes boy, not him, bro.
And he's
Anyone on
a
the
vet
Jags?
too. So.
There's just too many players in the NFL for this, bro. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You're like running through players.
Try Derwin James.
But he'd be too young.
You think? Yeah.
He's like in his third year. You could try
Oh,
just and he's in the
no, I
AFC
think
West.
Well, I think we should just figure out if he's in what division he's in, while also trying to
Alright,
take out a
let's-
position too. So we could guess like just a
Um,
random corner in the AFC West or AFC South.
Try Tre'Davious White then. I know it's not going to be him, but just try Tre'Davious White.
Oh, Tre'Davious?
Yeah.
Doesn't that take defensive players?
TRE.
No, it should have popped up on a White. I feel like
Scroll
down.
down.
Wait, hold up. These might be only offensive players.
It is. It looks like.
I guess we're staying to offense then.
So he
In that
has to
case-
be he has to be a receiver then.
Yeah, it might have to be a receiver.
What number is
I've-
Christian Kirk?
So try.
I was gonna say Zay
try
Jones.
Juju. Oh wait, it wouldn't be Juju because he would
Try
be in AFC West too.
Try Zay Jones.
Isn't he old
That's a
though?
good guess.
Zay
Yeah,
Jones.
exactly. Age 20.
He's old and he's number 7.
He's in the
AFC
AFC.
South receiver.
Nice.
He's under 6'2". And his number's under 7.
Wow. Anyone know any running backs with like number 1?
Brandon
receivers
Marshall.
are number
Oh,
one?
wait, no, not Brandon Marshall. Who's the guy that plays for the
AFC
Texans.
South.
The Texans.
The
Brandon Cooks?
Yeah, Brandon Cooks. What number is
his
he?
number under 7. He's number 13 though.
Yeah, I thought he was double digits.
I mean, there's a lot of old dudes that play for. Is it Burks? Is Burt?
Burks is not.
Traylon Burks.
Treylon
Yeah, but-
Burks is not old, bro.
Yeah, he's a
I'm
rookie,
just trying
actually.
to. I'm just trying to throw people out there at this point that I know.
Robert Woods.
That's a good one.
Ooh, Robert Woods is a good guess. There you go. There we go.
I knew it
W.
too.
All right. That's
Okay,
Weddle.
well-
That's Weddle.
I think it's time to start roasting Imran
All right.
now for his with his pick that he had.
What was
Alright.
your pick?
Nah, that I had the Bucks beating the Cowboys.
It's hard to bet against Tom Brady, but
That's what I'm saying. Like I couldn't bet on Tom Brady to fold in the playoffs. Like I've seen this man.
even when I saw it get into a blowout, I was still like, I think this guy can still win it, bro.
That's the issue with Brady, bro. You keep me down 25, you still think he has a shot.
For
Okay, so I
sure,
think
he's pretty good, bro. He's go. Unfortunately, I hate Tom Brady too. I hate
Listen,
that guy.
you know I'm a Dolphins fan. You know how I feel about Brady.
Yeah.
Ruined
He
my
as
childhood.
well, bro. He fucking knocked Patty out in the Super Bowl, man. I don't like that guy.
The phantom roughing the passer call.
I think the call that haunts me the most is this guy D Ford being offside.
Oh, the offsides on
interception.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the one that bothers me.
I remember that game vividly too.
So I think it's fair enough.
I watched that game with Aaron actually in the dorm room. But anywho, yeah.
So I think we should start off at Saturday. So first game on Saturday was Niners Seahawks.
That was
Credit-
as expected.
Credit to the Seahawks for keeping it close in the first half, but that Niners defense is insane. Best defense in football. The linebacker core is just everywhere. Nick Bosa doing Nick Bosa things. Brock Purdy does what he needs to do. He gets the ball to his receivers. He gets the ball to his running backs. Lets them make plays.
He's really like
out there cooking.
young Jimmy G, maybe a bit better.
I personally think Kyle Shanahan right now is the best coach in football as well.
You want to know what's crazy about that? I mean, you know him, and I'll tell you as well, Bryce. I'm a Chiefs fan. My mom's from Kansas. I love Chiefs Kansas basketball, like I said earlier. I, however, have been really into Niners football as well because my best friend in middle school was a Saints fan, and then like 2012, Vernon Davis caught that game-winning touchdown. So I love the Niners because they beat my boy's team.
Davis.
Yes, literally shout out. I love Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis was a monster back in the day.
Monster. Like people don't know about that guy. But anywho, I watch a lot of Niners football too. I have some Niners merch. They're my boys. But man, I do not like Kyle Shanahan because I feel like he coaches scared. Like I've watched so many games where, like the Cowboys game last year in the playoffs, they were in a position to like shut the door, and he always like he'll get up like 10 points and then get like super conservative, and I just don't like that. But his scheming is beautiful though. Like the offensive mastermind is there, but I just think that like in the crunch time it gets a little timid with his play calling.
I get that. He plays it very safe sometimes, very conservative.
Like sometimes too safe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there'll be like the start of the fourth and the other team will have the ball and you'll get the ball back up 10 and there's like 9 minutes left. So it's like if you score a touchdown, like the game's not over, but you're like kind of closing the door. And that's what happened with the Cowboys last year. They went up like 17 to 6. They went up some nice amount, and then some kind of way the Cowboys ended with the ball with a chance to win. I feel like he puts a lot of faith in his defense because I feel like it always ends up with his team on defense and the other team's trying to get a go-ahead score. And they usually go ahead.
I was gonna say that's also the issue with that is he's very run scheme based. So once you stop the run, you kind of stop the offense, which is not easier said than done with that system, but it's bound to happen. Yeah,
it's one of those things from a fan perspective when it's like you're up and you want to close the game out, and it's just like the 3 run plays back to back to back, and they don't go anywhere. Sometimes it's just like obviously like his plays, especially CMC, like he can break off a big run at any moment. But in the past, they didn't have backs like that. Besides, shout out Raheem Mostert, he was really good for them a few years ago. But
if it wasn't injury prone, he made me $500 though. So
right, Raheem.
Yeah. Shout out Raheem.
I mean, I think everyone knows I fucking hate the Niners. I really do. As being a Packers fan, dude, Niners, they are
the
I hate
boogeyman.
them. Because like, okay, they beat us last year, and then they beat us with Kaepernick like
I was
2 or
gonna say
3
Colin
times back
Kaepernick.
in the early 2010s. I hate the Niners.
Early
The
Kaepernick was a
freezing-
problem.
Yeah, in the freezing cold. That's the game he broke out for like a 60-yard touchdown out of nowhere.
And
Straight
then
up the middle.
And then last year too, like they came into Lambeau and they shut down the best offense in the league.
13-10, I think.
That was
It was
such a defensive game.
Yeah, I watched that game snap for snap, and it was pretty boring, but
That's defensive football sometimes.
No, yeah, I mean, the 49ers are a very well-rounded team. I think overall they probably have the best roster, with their biggest limitation being quarterback, who's not even a bad quarterback. So
Brock Purdy does what he needs to do in that system, which is get the ball out there to his receivers. Let them make plays.
That's the other thing. I think that Kyle Shanahan kind of wants a more of a I hate to call them game managers, but that's like kind of what he looks for, because Jimmy G's kind of like that,
I mean, that's kind of the role they have to play in that system.
Like I don't like Kyle Shanahan would hate. Oh well, obviously any coach would love to have Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes, a guy like Patrick Mahomes or like Kyler doesn't really fit.
No, he doesn't fit.
They do, So
it'd be interesting to see if Tom Brady in the offseason goes there. Just a shout, because he's probably the most game manager built quarterback in terms of experience. He knows what he's doing.
and their O-line can protect him back there. So
yeah.
I think there's a couple quarterbacks I'd rather choose to go to San Francisco before Tom Brady.
Your boy Aaron.
I think Aaron would fit that system really well.
I don't think Aaron fits that system. He wants to throw deep every play if he could.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers is destined to be a Niner at some point of his career.
I agree. I wanted him a few years ago, last year, before he signed back with the Packers. I always thought he was going to sign with the Niners. I thought it was either Denver or the Niners, and then you see what happened to Denver. So
hey, man, listen, they could have had Aaron Rodgers in 2005.
They could have.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, no one really thought of Aaron Rodgers like that, though.
He was projected to go first overall that year.
Yep.
Alex Smith, though.
And it was the perfect storyline. Like, he grew up a Niners fan.
Went to college in Cali.
Yeah, Cal Berkeley. California, Cal Berkeley.
Yeah.
But no, Brock Purdy, he 18 for 30, 332 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and an 89.5 QBR. Pretty good.
That's pretty impressive, yeah.
Oh, he has.
And also, shout out Geno Smith, because that guy quietly had an amazing year.
Pro Bowl season. I hope he goes back to the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks.
Yeah.
They have a few tweaks on their defense. Maybe add some offensive line. That team can go somewhere.
The O-line and the pass rush. They got the running back. They got corner. Quandre Diggs at safety. He's good. DK. I'm still not quite sold on DK, but I see the appeal.
The issue with DK is his route running. He doesn't really get open on his routes. He's just a big body sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think he cracked 1,000 yards this season either. I think he was right on the verge. He's like 900 and something.
Let me check real quick.
I think. I was looking at that the other day.
He had 1,048 yards this year.
Yeah, 1,048 this year. Just cracked it.
And then I think Tyler Lockett might have. I was looking at this the other day.
I think he probably missed it because of the games he missed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still not sold on him. Tyler Lockett is underrated extremely, but
I'll never forgive Tyler Lockett for dropping 50 points on me one week in fantasy football.
Bro, I'm still trying to figure out how my fantasy football team lost this year, bro.
Listen, nothing is worse than when your team does great the whole year.
And then the playoffs, bro.
No, I got to the finals, but guess what happened?
What happened?
My team had Joe Burrow, Higgins, and Diggs.
Oh my gosh! Did you see the thing where they had the two guys had a Madden simulation?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
I would have been losing my mind, bro.
Best believe this week I'm counting stats, and I'm being like, but this game right here.
Yeah, it was similar. I made it to the semifinals, and my pick I had DK, and he put up 1, or he put up 2, I think. Josh Jacobs didn't do anything, and my team was disgusting too. I played in a 12-man, and some kind of way I ended up with Jay Jettis, DK, and Jamar Chase, and Josh Jacobs. I did not win. That's how it goes sometimes.
You already know about my hatred for fantasy football right now.
He reached the finals, and who was it that dropped the dud?
Let me check.
It was Stephon Diggs. He had because the finals was a week earlier, and this is when Diggs dropped the dud.
Let's see here.
Same thing with defense.
That was the Packers Dolphins week 2.
Yeah.
So Tua threw those 3 interceptions. Dak played good. McCaffrey fumbled. Nick Chubb fumbled. Diggs fumbled. Tyreek fumbled.
Oh my gosh.
Kittle went off. Josh Jacobs fumbled. The Broncos defense really fumbled that week.
Oh, that was the other thing. I played against Kittle, and he dropped like 30-something, right? 33.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Kittle went off for me those last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Kittle was him.
But no, it's all cool though.
I'm assuming the next game we're talking about the probably the best game of the weekend.
Yes, the Chargers at the Jags.
Yeah, shout out Trevor.
Trevor Lawrence, 4 turnovers in the first half, plus a botch fumble, a botch punt recovery, whatever.
He threw it back. I think his receiver got in the way when he was trying to lateral to his running back. Ball got loose, recovered by the Chargers defense.
Yeah, then four tutties in the second half. Okay, so here's my question to you guys then. Here's the question. How much blame does Justin Herbert get?
A lot.
I think in any situation where you blow a 27-point lead or 24, whatever it was, you have to put blame on everybody. The coach, the quarterback, the offense, the defense. Everyone gets to blame. There's no spread of it. I will say this, though. The media protecting Justin Herbert after this game is crazy to me.
Yeah, I agree. I again, kind of like you kind of hit it right on the head. Obviously, it's not, all his fault, but I think it's kind of hard to ignore it. Like, it's kind of hard to not put some blame on your primary playmaker, you know what I mean, in a situation like that. And, the media still protecting him is crazy because and he's also someone that I'm not completely sold on. The talent's there for sure, but I feel like he comes up short often. And me and my buddy were talking about this a few weeks ago, and he said that he's a great player, but he hasn't proven that he's a great winner yet. You know what I mean? And I think that has some, some pull to it.
I agree. I feel like I can't classify him yet as an elite quarterback because elite players make elite plays in elite situations. He has yet to be that player yet. I think the arm talent is crazy. He makes some of the most wildest throws we see in the league right now.
I agree. Yeah, he has the ball on the rope for sure. Like he
his
can make any throw on the
beautiful.
field. Yeah,
but some people have the talent, just aren't him. As simple as that. And he's yet to be that guy.
Himothy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that how people talk about like that, like the it factor. Like, I don't think that that's there. It's the same thing I feel, which I'm sure we'll talk about it later with the Bills and the Bengals. I think that's kind of what separates Joe Shiesty from Josh Allen.
Another player.
To me.
Josh Allen to me is another player that's also – I can't consider him elite because elite players make elite plays in elite situations, and he's yet to be that guy.
I think that Josh Allen is elite but I don't think that. Yeah, I mean, your logic is very sound. Actually, it's hard to argue against that because he has also come up short. Granted, when he does, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like there's levels. When he has come up short, it's to Patrick Mahomes, pretty much. I mean,
I'd argue Pat Mahomes and maybe Joe Burrow are the only two actually elite quarterbacks in the league.
I think that
right now.
I don't know if y'all watch Undisputed a lot, but Skip Bayless loves Joe Burrow over Pat. I don't really think that. I think that Patrick, obviously there's some bias here. I think that it's kind of inarguable that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback, but I think that Joe Burrow beating him 3 times and Patrick Mahomes having yet to beat him does go into it a little bit. But
he's got a ring.
I don't know. Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I mean that's all that matters.
I think
that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that the thing with that differentiates Pat Mahomes from Joe Burrow at this point in time is that Pat Mahomes has been a starting quarterback for 4 years, I believe. In those 4 years, he has an MVP, he has 2 conference championships, and he lost twice in the conference championship, and he has a Super Bowl ring. Joe Burrow,
the Super Bowl twice, also
2 conference championships, yes.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. Joe Burrow so far has been in the league 2 years as starter. 1 year he got the Super Bowl, and the other year he didn't make playoffs. That's the difference right now. He tore his ACL, of course. Not his fault. Yeah. Injuries happen. But that's so far the difference. I think the body of work with Pat Mahomes is a lot better than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow can obviously bang the head with 3 wins over Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes 0. But at the end of the day, the body of work is important. Sometimes it's simple as somebody has somebody's number.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing. I think that another thing to go on to that is I think the difference between Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes isn't great, but Joe Burrow's on a more talented team than Patrick Mahomes is.
He definitely has a more talented offense, for sure.
He's playing with Jamar Chase, to whom he is a top 5 receiver. He's playing with T. Higgins, who could be a number 1 on almost any other team. And then Tyler Boyd's not bad either. And then Joe Mixon out of the backfield. I mean, Patrick Mahomes does have Travis Kelce, which you can't undermine that.
And he had Tyreek for so many years.
Yeah, so that there are those things to go into it also. But I think on the defensive end, I wouldn't say that the Bengals defense is straight up better, but I think they're more well-rounded.
They have a better scheme, I'll say that.
Yeah, the Chiefs have Bolton across the middle, who leads the team in tackles, and Chris Jones, who can get to the quarterback, and then Tyrann Mathieu for a few years was like the anchor, and we don't really have that anymore. But yeah, I would say that the Bengals defense and the scheming is a bit more sound. Man, my voice is gone, but it's shot.
That happens. Or, yeah, I think this is also a team sport. That's something that we have to acknowledge. Maybe it's not that Joe Burrow is better than Pat Mahomes because he beat him 3 times, but the Bengals just a better team than the Chiefs because they beat him 3 times.
I agree. But
based off what Mahomes did this year, though, I think that just proves it.
I mean, Mahomes is MVP this year.
But granted that Burrow had Chase was out like 4 or 5 weeks, and I'm pretty sure they went undefeated in all those weeks too. So it's kind of like Burrow had the same thing as Mahomes had all year, except for 3-4 weeks. But with Mahomes doing that consistently throughout an entire year, that's just crazy. I don't know how people can even debate that Burrow is better than him. Like, okay, three like it's like the LeBron versus Curry debate now. Yeah, Curry may have beat him more times, but who's really the better player? We all know it's LeBron.
Right.
It's simple
I
like
agree.
that.
And then also, just to bring it back around full circle to the Chargers-Jaguars, I think it's also – I had been really high on Trevor Lawrence since he played at Clemson, and I think that he kind of just outclassed Justin Herbert. I mean, and don't get me wrong, Trevor Lawrence's game wasn't pretty by any means, but the fact that he was still able to keep his cool and make big throws when it mattered, and then lead essentially the game-winning touchdown drive that says something too, you know.
That's going back to the it factor.
Yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence is on the cusp of being one of those elite quarterbacks that you talked about, Eminal. But I also wouldn't be ready to label him that yet. But there is a big game tomorrow, and I don't really like to speak on the outcome until it happens. But, you know, maybe the story will be different tomorrow. But, you know,
we'll see, of course.
Go Patty. So,
of course.
Currently, we're 2-0 right now, both of us, with picks that we had last week.
Yes.
So, I guess I know this is the game that we personally watched together, and your hopes and dreams got absolutely crushed, though.
I wouldn't say that. I didn't expect him. I was expecting a blowout by Scarlett Thompson starting this game. I expected so many injuries on defense, so many injuries on offense. The Bills being healthy. The Bills are the superior team, realistically. I was expecting us to get creamed. The fact that it finished...
But you're telling me after...
I mean, really about to say, like, it's the hope that kills. At some point, obviously, when you're up 24-20, you're like, oh my God, we might be able to do this. Like, my energy goes different. I came into the game expecting nothing. And then I'm giving this. As a Dolphins fan, sadly, that is my greatest playoff memory of my lifetime. Losing to the Bills.
Hey, man, dude, that was one hell of a game, though.
No, yeah, we had DM'd about it a little bit, Eminal. I mean, shout out Dolphins for real, because no one was expecting that game to come down to a one-possession game, especially not by 3 points. I don't think anyone was expecting Skyler, the Kansas State quarterback, actually, the third string, to hang 31 points on the Bills. I don't think anyone was expecting that either. So, shout out to y'all. Y'all shouldn't hang your heads high because
you know, I mean, there's a lot to be optimistic. Obviously, we just fired Boyer, who I think was a big problem throughout the season. Hopefully, we can get Fangio. Don't know how realistic that can be, but I know him and McDaniels do have a working relationship before in the past.
Yeah,
I think this defense. No, I love McDaniels, bro. I was so mad when they were talking about firing him. I'm so happy he's staying.
I don't understand. That would be the biggest mistake. That would be worse than firing Flores, who I also like.
The thing with Flores is that he never got to figure it out on offense. Whether it's because Tua wasn't his quarterback or whatever reason, they never really figured it out on offense. Maybe he needed an experienced offensive coordinator. Who knows? Offensively, he was a terrible coach. Defensively, that's his bread and butter. Dude would make so much money in the league being a defensive coordinator, and I hope he gets a defensive coordinator job.
I guess no more. I guess no more 3-15 when it's 3-15 or 3-15, and it's no zone coverage, just straight man to man. And Josh Allen is throwing it 67 yards for a first down to Diggs.
Yeah, no more. I mean, I think the Dolphins defense has a lot of talent to work with in the first place.
And think about that too. That was also without Raheem Mostert too. No Mostert, no Tua. If one of those two plays,
Ingram made some good plays too.
That's
I hope we resign him. He says he would like to retire here. I hope we resign him. Add more defensive line help. I mean, the defensive line itself is stacked. You have Phillips, who came on his own this year. Obviously, Bradley Chubb needs no explanation. I genuinely think Christian Wilkins is the top 5 DT in the league at this point.
He's very good, bro. He's really
so
good.
Underrated. To this day, I don't know how he didn't get an All-Pro team selection. I don't know how he didn't make the Pro Bowl. It's ridiculous. Our linebacking core needs help. I think we have no pass coverage linebacker. Jerome Baker's probably our best linebacker. He's not an elite linebacker. He's maybe an above average linebacker. He's really good with the run stop. He can blitz well, but he can't cover the pass. Elon Roberts should not be on the field if it's a pass play. Van Ginkel makes special plays, but he gets lost sometimes. I think we need a special linebacker. We need at least an above average pass coverage linebacker.
Right.
And then our defensive backs, I mean, the whole year we were out without Byron Jones. Brandon Jones gets injured, our starting safety next to Javon Holland. Javon Holland gets moved out of position. Nick Needham, our third string quarterback, gets out. We're forced to play 2 rookies. Xavier Howard was dealing with herpes this whole year. There's not much more to it you can do to that.
I mean, Bradley Chubb, he didn't play either.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't much because he didn't really
he
do
was
much.
getting a lot, but he did play them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like didn't really send much to Denver for him, but
yeah, that was a steal to me. Bradley Chubb's pretty good, bro.
I know.
no,
obviously we got to talk about the Bills a little bit. The Bills, Josh Allen at some point in this game looked very suspect. 3 turnovers, but
two.
He got the job done. No, he got 2 picks and a fumble.
That's right. He did have that fumble
he got strip fumbled.
Yeah,
for a touchdown. Start of the second half, and I knew once that happened, you were up on your feet and you're like, "Holy shit, we actually might win this game."
That's the play that woke me up.
Mm-hmm. That me too. I watched that. I was like, "Wait, like the Dolphins might mess around and actually win, bro." I get what you're talking about. That's that hope, bro, and it sucks for it to not go that way because that moment happened. And I know everyone in the stand. That gave everyone hope. Like, wait, we actually have a chance. I think that's what put y'all 24-20.
24-20, yeah. Me and Bryce were watching at a Duffy's, and that's the moment Duffy's like the roof came off that place.
Yeah. I mean, so I guess towards the Bills too, they had some unlucky play calls too. With it was who was it? Dawson Knox got a touchdown reverse in the second quarter, dropped it.
Yeah.
And then same with they had
the Stephon Diggs catch.
Yeah, the Diggs catch.
Diggs one-handed. That catch was insane. I think he might have been in too. I was surprised they didn't call that.
The thing is, you can argue he doesn't have possession until he brings it down here, which at that point one of the foot was out because he didn't have possession there.
I think it's one of those calls where if they ruled it a touchdown, it would have stayed. But since they ruled it incomplete, they could overturn.
You could be right with that because I feel like there was not enough evidence that he had possession inside of it because of the ball slipping out.
Right.
It slipped out.
It was still a crazy catch.
It was. It absolutely was.
And then there was another one too. There was another deep ball that was challenged and overturned. Was that to Gabe Davis?
No, it was number 10. I forgot his name. He had a really good game though. But yeah, there was one that it looked like he caught it, but then when you look at it, the replay, it did not survive the ground.
Khalil Shakir.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a monster performance too.
No, if my picks got all messed up because of the Dolphins, wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I think a similar thing to what happened with the Dolphins-Bills game was with the Bengals-Ravens game because I don't think that the Bengals or the Bills had a good first week of the playoffs.
They did not.
And so that kind of was something that obviously looked good to me because those are the, if we can get past the Jaguars, I think we're on a crash course with the Bengals. I think the Bengals will end up beating the Bills.
I agree. We'll get to the predictions in a little bit, but I do agree that I think the Bengals will probably look the better team, but at the end of the day, the Ravens game, that was the Bengals started off hot. They got to a 9-0 lead. Obviously, McPherson missed the extra point. The Ravens then capitalized, scoring, I think, 17 unanswered, I believe. Or was it 10 unanswered, then the Bengals scored first drive?
I think it was 10-9, and then...
It was 10-9 at halftime.
I think the Ravens might have scored again, actually.
Yeah, I think it might have been 17 unanswered. And then Bengals scored. Ravens drive down the field, get to the 1-yard line.
And then Tyler Huntley fumbles.
Tyler Huntley fumbled, unfortunately, and it gets returned.
I think that's what really changed it.
So what do you guys think about J.K. Dobbins' comments after the game?
I didn't even see him. What he said?
He pretty much said that Lamar scores that.
Oh, well, I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough call because I don't know how many quarterback dives I've seen Lamar do like that.
No, but I don't think Lamar would have dove either. I feel like Lamar would have found a way to the outside.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I don't think that the play call would have been him diving over the middle. It would have been like a lateral, a lateral movement, not a toss. You know what I'm saying? But.
No, of course. I do think this game is, if Lamar does play, this game's a lot different, especially if that performance from the Bengals is there that day.
I mean,
Lamar.
So what do you think about Lamar? Do you blame him for not playing?
No, protect yourself at all times.
Because I know RG3, he was talking about how he played on a torn ACL on a big old knee brace. He said that was his worst decision of his entire career.
Because it basically ended it. It basically ended it.
Yeah. It destroyed his athleticism after that.
I actually watched the clip of where they do the bad snap and RG3 goes to pick the ball up and he just falls. And they're painful to watch, man.
RG3 was so nasty at rookie. The issue is he never developed his arm.
Yeah.
So we got that game right too. But the game that we both knew was going to be an upset, though, Giants-Vikings.
Yeah.
I think everyone knew it. I think everyone.
Yeah.
It's an upset that everyone called.
Because I'm sure now that y'all are saying that, I'm sure that we're probably all on the page that for me, besides Jay Jettis, who I think is the best receiver in the game, I was never sold on the Vikings for real. Like I never thought that they were a for real football team that could have won the Super Bowl. And I don't think that they will be with Kirk Cousins as their quarterback.
I think that they have the right coach. I think what's his name? Kevin O'Connor. Ken O'Connor. Yeah, he's the right coach for that team. He's the right coach for that team. He's an officer. Obviously, he showed what he can do this year. They fired a defensive coordinator. I think that's the right call. The defense was really bad this year, which surprises me because of how much defensive talent they have on that defense.
Yeah, they have a really good roster, bro.
I'd argue they have
a team that's well rounded.
I'd argue they have the best secondary in football, especially with Pat P having a resurgence this year.
Bro, he was going crazy. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure at one point in the season he led the league in interceptions.
I feel like that sounds about right. I feel that does sound about right. But
Can someone explain why Joe Barry isn't fired after the Vikings fired their defensive coordinator? Like, what are the Packers doing? Everyone in the NFC North is getting better, and we're going to sit still and be little trash cans. That's literally what a franchise is right now.
Yeah.
Fire Joe Barry.
I mean, fire Joe Barry. Bro, tweet it.
I'll do it right now. Fire Joe Barry.
On the podcast, fire Joe Barry.
Fire Joe Barry. This is a Joe Barry hate account now.
We'll just let Bryce go on for 15 minutes about why Joe Barry shouldn't have a job.
He doesn't.
No,
he sucks.
We need Travis for that one.
There you go.
Fire Joe Barry.
Yeah, fire Joe Barry.
Yeah, hide the group chat, please. If you're saying some out of pocket stuff, we don't need to be canceled right now.
But no, I think we all do. And when we were at Duffy's, then when the game started, we were like, "Yep, it's going to be a blowout." Well, not a blowout, but it was going to be an upset.
Yeah, the Vikings marched down the field first drive, and then the Giants responded like effortlessly.
Can we just talk about how Daniel Jones looked like a top 5 quarterback in the league?
Bro, my boy was saying the same thing because he's a Giants fan. He was like, Daniel Jones looked like Jesus out there in the first half. I was like, bro, he was putting in work for sure.
Let me find out Daniel Jones is this generation's Eli Manning. Let me find out.
He holds the most rushing yards for a Giants quarterback in playoff history now with 78 yards. Like, he looked like Lamar Jackson out there. Like, honestly.
There's just something about the – go for it.
Go ahead. Uh-oh. He's like a poor man's Josh Allen, bro. He's like big body, and he's deceivingly fast. Like, he can move.
What was his combine speed, though? What was his 40 at the combine? It wasn't fast, I'll tell you that. It was probably like a high 4.
He has the same like movement as Josh Allen. Like he got like once he gets going, he's kind of like rumbling and like you know what I mean. Like, but he can like I think Daniel Jones has more like make you miss than Josh Allen does.
Interesting you say that the comparison because I mean one of the big factors that played into Josh Allen's development was Brian Daboll, who is now the Giants head coach.
Who is, I'm sure you're probably getting to it, throwing it out there, my coach of the year. But I know that's going to go to Sirianni.
See, honestly, I'd argue Pete Carroll.
Because he kept the Seahawks in the playoffs?
Yeah, I'd argue Pete Carroll.
After losing Russell Wilson?
I feel Dabo, Pete Carroll, and Dan Campbell should be the 3 front runners for Coach of the Year.
I think the thing with the Seahawks is that they've always in recent years they pretty much always had a 9-8 or like something right around there, close to 500 or a little over. But the Giants last year were 4-13, and now they just beat the Vikings, who finished 12-5,
13-4,
13-4. Yeah. So I mean, I think that goes into something too.
Of course.
The Sirianni, I get it, but I think that he's just like, I'm not gonna take anything away from him. Obviously, he's a good coach, but I think that he's playing with the best roster out of those 3 coaches. You know what I mean?
I'd argue Doug Peterson also is a shout with Jaguars.
The Jags, shout out Jaguars.
I honestly think Coach of the Year should go to a coach who's transformed a team and overachieved with a team, not the best record.
I agree. I think making a bad team good or a really bad team solid is what it should be, which is
exactly
by that metric, it'd be Doug Peterson. I think that the Giants and the Jaguars are like kind of very similar teams, just one's in the NFC and one's in the AFC when you think about it.
Oh yeah. I personally, if it would go to Dabo, Pete Carroll, Doug Peterson, Dan Campbell, I'd even say Robert Saleh. If it goes to any of those 5, I'd be happy.
Saleh.
I hate him because he's a Jets coach, but I can respect his game. He's a really good coach.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I hate the Jets, and you hate him more than I do. He was the defensive coordinator for the Niners, which is why I like him. Defensive coach. I think it showed a little bit with the offense. I think a lot of it.
Firing the offensive coordinator is a bad call, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that he's so defensive focused, and I think that it goes into the main thing, because for a while, I mean, I don't think I'm the only one. For a while, it looked like the Jets had a legitimate chance to make the playoffs, and then Zach Wilson lost the locker room, and that was all she wrote. Mike White played surprisingly well. I didn't know who Mike White was before this year, and he put up back-to-back 300-yard games or something stupid like that. So, Mike White did his thing. And then I think another thing that hurt the Jets was losing Breece Hall, who's really good as well.
Monster, yeah. If I was the Jets, I'd be all in on Derek Carr, or if I can get Lamar Jackson.
Or
I think that I didn't even think about Derek Carr. I think that is something that fits him as well, actually.
Yeah, I think
Joe Namath is pushing for Rodgers to come
to the Jets.
Yeah,
I think Derek.
That would be the repeat of Brett Favre.
Yeah,
I think Derek Carr's probably the best option. Derek Carr's probably the best option.
Works because they have a running back in Breece Hall, and it'd be similar to him and Josh Jacobs. So he has a running back that he can dump the ball off to in the screen game.
Probably have better targets in New York than he would have in Vegas.
Yep. Garrett
Wilson is nasty.
Yeah, he's disgusting. He's probably gonna win.
He cooked them.
Yeah, he's nasty. I'd say if the Jets get Derek Carr and a veteran offensive coordinator, I think they can be going places.
Yeah, I agree.
So the last game of the wild card weekend was, how about them Cowboys, baby?
Don't ever say that. Don't ever say that.
Yeah, please don't. And
don't ever say
out of all teams in the NFL, the Cowboys, tied with the Patriots, are my least. I hate the Cowboys, man. Almost all because of Skip Bayless.
All right.
Yep, straight up. Yep. I'm on that Stephen A. Smith. How about them Cowboys?
Nah, I love Skip Bayless, not because of his takes. His takes are shitty, but because of how much of a hater he is. I have to respect the game.
Exactly.
I have to respect the game.
Because he hates LeBron and he hates Patrick Mahomes.
And he hates
and he hates Aaron Rodgers, and he's not big on Steph Curry.
I have to respect. He's my GOAT hater. I have to respect.
He is.
No, yeah, that guy. And he was because when me and my boy were watching the Bills Bengals game, bless up to DeMar Hamlin, glad he pulled through. But me and my boy were watching it, and just watching the hit happen, me and my boy were looking at each other like, like what happened? Like why is this guy, like is it really that serious? I think everyone kind of was like in a little bit like shock, I guess. I definitely was someone who's like, and it's like shitty to admit, but I wanted to see the Bengals on the Bills play. I did. So I was like, man, there's no way that like is he that hurt? And then they were talking about CPR. So I was like, okay, like, maybe it is that serious. But I'm sure you guys saw Skip Bayless like we have football to play, and I thought that was hilarious.
I feel like people overreacted to that tweet. I don't think it was something out of the blue. That was a genuine question. Are they going to play? Are they not going to play? What's going to happen from here on out?
Yeah,
I think we all wanted answers to those questions. We just didn't ask it at that time because of what happened.
I think he also said it in a way that kind of came off maybe like it's a tweet, so it's hard to read into it too much other than literally reading it, you know? But it's kind of like he's talking about like this guy goes down and he says something about we have like one of the biggest games of the season right here, and it all seems so minuscule or whatever. So he's kind of saying like the injuries like overshadowing what the focus should be, which is the football game. And I was someone who obviously I wanted the Bengals to beat the Bills so the Chiefs could get the 1 seed, and they ended up getting it regardless. But I thought it was crazy to not play the game at all rather than playing it the same day. The fact that they straight up canceled it, I was a little surprised by that.
I thought they were going to just move playoffs a week and just play it after week 18. That's what I thought would have been the best option, but
yeah. Well, they did it.
So what are we thinking about Brady? Where's Brady going? Because I think Brady's going to Vegas.
He's going. He should be going to NBC.
Yep, he should be retiring. Yeah,
he should be going to NBC.
That's what I'm seeing Raiders, but he should just. Granted, he wasn't on an amazing roster with the Buccaneers, but with what I watched this season, Brady just looked bad.
He was missing a lot of throws he makes previous years.
He was missing a lot of throws he makes, and a lot of throws that were routine would come out of his hand and just ducks.
Yeah. Father Time takes no souls. I think Brady finally met it.
But yeah. It's honestly annoying seeing that Byron Leftwich got fired for a shitty performance by Tom Brady.
Hold up. Some of the play call from Byron Leftwich has been extremely questionable.
Yeah, but we already know that Brady's already audibling out of it, or not even running that.
Nah, like I'm okay with firing him, but both of them deserve all the blame in the world. Both him and Brady.
But my issue is when something doesn't work out with Brady, the offensive or defensive coordinator or whatever, they get fired. It's
the heat, right?
They catch all the heat, but what has Brady got? Absolutely nothing.
Although Brady played terrible this year, he's earned the benefit of the doubt through his years of playing at elite level.
And then Brady's talking about we don't have no run offense. And I'm like, you guys haven't been running the ball all year. You had no run offense for the past 2 years.
So why would you expect it to be there now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because he expected it in New England. New England was always run first, pass second.
Yeah, but Brady's out here throwing 66 times, though.
Yeah, that he would never do that in New England.
But hey, no, prayers up to Russell Gage, though. He was left off on a stretcher.
Yeah, he left on a stretcher.
Oh, yeah. I did see that, actually.
Yo, shout out Dak Prescott. For as rough of the year he had, he balled out when it counted.
Yes.
You said who?
Dak Prescott.
Man, I don't even get me started on that guy. Just good game, Dak Prescott. He threw up 4 touchdowns, five total. So good job, Dak. I'll leave it there, bro. Because man, you want to talk about NFL players that I hate. There's just so much that I can say about that guy. But he did beat Tom Brady. He beat the GOAT. So,
bro, the issue is Brady should retire. Realistically, he should retire. But having Brady, if Brady does retire, his last game being a loss to the Cowboys just does not feel right.
His first loss to the Cowboys.
So I am 6-0 so far in playoff predictions.
I'd be 5-1.
You are 5-1.
So, okay, so are we moving on to tomorrow and Sunday?
Let's predict tomorrow and Sunday's
divisional rounds. So we got the Jags at the Chiefs. And I think the Cinderella story is over. I think that there's a major difference between Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Well, I mean, Chiefs and Chargers in general. There's a big difference, and there's no way Mahomes is giving up that big of a lead.
No, why are we talking to? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I can't imagine Patrick Mahomes giving up a 27-0 point lead either. As a matter of fact, he did quite the opposite. 2018 or 19 against the Texans, they were down 24-0, and I'm pretty sure they put up like 40-something unanswered. So
give me the Chiefs.
Shout out, Pat.
I'd probably take the Chiefs too. I think we can all take the Chiefs. Obviously, Pat Mahomes is an elite talent. He is the elite talent in the NFL right now when it comes to the quarterback position. Yeah. He makes big plays. His arm talent is there. He's made clutch moments after clutch moments after clutch moments.
Mm-hmm. There's a stat I saw after the Bills game last year in the divisional. There's a stat I saw. It's like I gotta find the screenshot, but I'm pretty sure I know it. It's in games where his win percentage drops below 5%, he's 3-1, which is just ridiculous. Like, it just doesn't even make sense, right? So that's just something that I saw, and I was just like, wow, that's a him stat. The X factor, that's an X factor stat.
No, for sure.
I just think the thing that Chiefs fans just need to worry about is not having that bye week and Chiefs coming out rusty. I think that's the only issue because you can't have a Packers game like last year when they had the bye week and then they had to play the Niners. You can't have that. Like if you're the Chiefs, you got to come out firing right away.
The only issue I have with the Chargers will the defense hold up because obviously, as he said, the defense isn't the strongest point in the team. Trevor Lawrence, when he's on it, looks really good, and he can that. I feel like the Jaguars' offense versus that defense can definitely keep up with the Chiefs' offense.
Okay, that's a fair point. I think that there's gonna be a point where there's gonna be a play that happens to me where I think it's like a Chris Jones strip sack or like a bad throw across the middle. Because if he's throwing 4 to the Chargers, who probably have a more talented defense, I still think that the pass rush of the Chiefs is comparable. So I think he'll be under the same duress.
To be fair to Trevor Lawrence, the first pick got tipped at the line, then tipped back up by one of the linebackers. I forgot who it was before it got scooped up by a Chargers defender. The second interception was pass interference and it was not called. It was the receivers being held and then just fell to Asante Samuels. The third was a crazy catch by Asante Samuels that had to be reviewed, and the fourth one was just a fourth. That was a bad pick.
So the Chiefs and the Jags already played this year, and the Chiefs won 27-17.
Yeah,
and that was
that game. That was like 9 or 8 maybe. And that was without Juju also. That guy died. I don't know if y'all have seen that hit.
Yeah, he went out with that concussion. Yeah, that was week 9.
Yeah. That was a nasty hit. Yeah, I think we all have the Chiefs. We'll see what happens tomorrow at 4:30. I got my Mahomes jersey hanging up right over here, actually.
I feel like if the Chiefs win, you got to wear it next week.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm wearing it to work bright and early Monday. Don't worry. But
okay, so next one. So the Saturday Night Football, Giants-Eagles.
Giants-Eagles. Can we all agree that there's some upset potential here?
There is definitely some upset potential. I mean, going into the week, it's got to be Eagles. It has to be Eagles. But then I've thought back to all the Giants. The Giants are literally cockroaches in the playoffs. You can't pull them out. It's hard to beat the Giants in the playoffs outside of that famous Miami boat year.
Yeah, then they went to Lambeau and got cooked.
Yeah, and besides that, Darius Slayton drop that would have sealed the game. They played a pretty good game against the Vikings. So
also worth noting that this is the third time they meet. It's hard to beat a team 3 times.
It is.
I agree. So I guess we all got to batten down the hatches on one pick.
Also, goes to the question: how's Jalen Hurts' arm?
He was banged up.
He's not on the injury report. I know that, but he said that. And what I'm thinking too is that Brian Dable is gonna send the pressure towards that side, towards that weak shoulder, to see if they can get a good 2 or 3 hits on it and re-aggravate it. But again, if Jalen Hurts goes down, I still feel like Gardner Minshew still has the talent to pull it off.
It's worth noting.
They almost beat the Eagles or the Cowboys with them. So.
Yeah,
it's worth noting as well that the Eagles do have the second-ranked defense in the league, behind the Niners.
I think the Cinderella story is over too. I cannot just not take the Eagles. I think they're better on both. Even without Jalen Hurts, I still think they're better on the offensive end. Unless Daniel Jones turns into miniature Josh Allen again and starts cooking and runs for 80 yards and throws for over 300 yards.
I do think the Eagles are a lot smarter to put up QB spies and have people keep an eye on Josh Allen. Yep, on Daniel Jones. I think schematically the Eagles defense is a lot better than the Vikings. They'll probably put in a lot better positions. I also think that for all that's worth, the Giants wide receivers are not them right now. Very inexperienced, very young. They don't have that big play potential where like they can have somebody beat elite cornerbacks. And it's also worth noting Darius Slay this year has played at a top 7 cornerback level. I mean, dude shut down Jetta.
Yeah.
No, yeah, big play Slay is definitely a tough corner. I liked him on the Lions, and then when he got traded to the Eagles, I was shocked, but he is pretty good.
I think it all depends on what Saquon does too. If Saquon doesn't have a good game, then it's just over.
I do think that if I remember the statistics correctly, I think the Eagles are a way better pass defense than a run defense.
They still got Fletcher Cox. I mean,
they're the 16th ranked defense, a run defense by rush yards per game. So it's all on Lily and Saquon Barkley's shoulders when it comes to the offensive side of the ball for the Giants.
I mean, he had a good game last week. So I mean, is it possible? Yeah, but no, it's not going to happen.
I mean,
the Vikings. Are you?
It's tough.
Also Eagles here.
It's tough because in a lot of ways you don't want to overthink it. In a lot of ways you don't want to underthink it. I probably will lock in Eagles. I think if the Giants win, I wouldn't be surprised. I think that the Giants are playoff monsters, mentality monsters. But I just think style-wise, this is a good matchup for the Eagles.
Right. So I agree with pretty much all of what both of you guys said, and I'll admit, truthfully, if I had to bet money on it, I'd bet on the Eagles. But I can't be the only guy. I can't have it all be we're going the Eagles. So I'm gonna root Giants, and I think they're hot after last week. And I mean, I do think that there's big forward potential here, though, because if Saquon's off or they shut down Saquon, then the game's pretty much over. So, yeah, I think that the Eagles are a better team. And like I said, to emphasize again, if I had to bet my own money, I'd bet on the Eagles. But just for competition's sake, I'll go with the Giants. I'll go with the Giants.
All right. I respect it. I
think it also comes down to, like, how I said about the Chiefs, too, is that how rusty are the Eagles going to be? I think that's the issue with getting the 1 seed. I don't think the 1 seed.
Yeah, I don't like the bye week.
Isn't really?
No, and like even this year, the 1 seed doesn't matter in the AFC.
Yeah, I mean, I was pulling for the 1 seed because Travis Kelce got banged up in the last game of the season, so I wanted him to be able to rest up. But the year that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, we also were the 1 seed. So
it's gonna be interesting.
We'll see what happens.
So, from your standpoint of being a Chiefs fan, if the Chiefs make it and the Bills make it, where did you wish the game would be held?
Well, obviously, I wanted it to be at Arrowhead, right?
But
but that's not the case. It's going to be at a neutral site.
It was Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I saw that the last update I had seen is that they hadn't decided on a location yet.
I'm telling you, man, it should have been at Lambeau. There'd have been no greater place than Lambeau Field for that game to happen.
For the Bills Chiefs game. I'll tell you this. I since it's not a home or away, I don't really have a great preference. I think that Bills and Chiefs fans both travel well. So
Bills fans definitely travel.
Yeah, so I think that it'll be
because they sold out Ford Field when Thanksgiving.
And then also, but Chiefs fans travel just as well. The same goes with I'm sure you guys saw the guy that was like robbing banks and stuff, and he was wearing like the Chiefs fan. Have y'all seen that?
No.
There's a Chiefs fan. I forget the name of it, but he wore like this wolf costume, and he had like the flag, like custom jersey and everything. And they were like put two and two together that the way that he was going to all the games was that he was robbing banks. And then in the footage, he's wearing the same thing that he's wearing to the games. And I've seen this guy. I went to Chiefs at Tampa Bay this year, and I saw him. But anyway, whatever.
Crazy.
I didn't know. I thought they all would have heard about that. But anywho, I will say this. I would prefer if it was Chiefs Bengals just because of I just want to see Patrick Mahomes beat Joe Burrow. And I think that Russell Westbrook just almost airballed. But anyway, I think that was crazy. But I think that if they play again head-to-head in the AFC Championship and Patrick Mahomes takes down Joe Shiesty, I think that is something that's like, it doesn't obviously 1-3 isn't a good ratio, but it is something like at the biggest stage that they could have, because obviously they can't play in the Super Bowl, him taking down Joe Burrow would be like a good revenge from last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens though. We got to win tomorrow.
So I'm guessing you have Bengals over Bills then?
I do that. Yeah, I kind of hinted at it earlier. Yeah, I have Bengals over Bills. I actually had a note on it. I think that as far as just make good decision making, I think Joe Burrow outclasses. I think overall Joe Burrow just slightly has the edge on Josh Allen. I think that the offense is a tad better. I think the Bengals and the Bills are very similar teams. The Bengals are just a little bit better, I think. I think that T. Higgins is going to have a big game because I think that the goal is going to be to get Jamar Chase out of the game, obviously. And then they also have Joe Mixon out of the backfield. So, I don't know. I think that the game is going to be a one-possession game. I think it's going to come down to I think it's either going to be a Joe Burrow game-winning drive or Josh Allen with a chance to win and a turnover. Those are my two predictions.
So
literally the definition of what's an elite player and what's not.
Huh?
Literally the definition for me of what's an elite player and what's not. Joe Burrow game-winning drive. Josh Allen throws the interception.
Allen turnover, right?
Yeah.
I think it's either going to be a Josh Allen, like he tries to force it to Stephon and it's like a tip drill interception, or he tries to rush and instead of going down, he gets it punched or something. Those are the two things that I could see happening with him and the ball. Him with the ball in the 2-minute drill. And then on the polar opposite, I think if Joe Burrow gets the ball in 2-minute drill, I can see him just marching down the field and just making a big throw, a big play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know last week I had the Bills making it to the Super Bowl, obviously. So.
And my preseason, before the season started, my pick was the Bills for the Super Bowl, but.
Imino?
All right. I actually wanted to ask Carlin a question. Okay. How do you feel about Trevor Lawrence saying that Arrowhead won't get as loud as Jacksonville?
That's not true. That's just not true. I do think that Duval has some good fans though, because they were going crazy at that game.
I mean, they some loyal people though, because Jacksonville has been trash for years on
end. Besides 2017, I don't know if they've ever really
Bortles days
in the past like 20 years.
So, you see that the Rams are looking to ship Ramsey now. Thinking about that 2017 team.
Get him, Chiefs.
I feel like Aaron Ramsey's past his cornerback days, though. I think he really should move to safety.
Who, Jalen Ramsey?
Yeah.
Speaking of Jacksonville cornerbacks, side note, whatever happened to my guy AJ Bouye? Because he was dirty, and then out of nowhere,
he was so nasty a few years ago, but it just deteriorated. Shell lights of quarterbacks aren't long.
That was like, yeah, I agree. I feel like it's like every year there's a different best cornerback. You know what I mean? Like the elite cornerbacks have one good year where they're just like crazy good. Like Jalen Ramsey had his. Stephon Gilmore had his. I would argue that Tre'Davious White had a really good year. And then on that 2017 team with Ramsey and AJ Bouye, I would say AJ Bouye was only like a half step behind Ramsey that year. Maybe. Now you don't hear about him anymore. Same goes for Marcus Peters. He led the league in interceptions on the Chiefs, and I haven't really heard much about him in Baltimore. Marlon Humphrey,
Marlon Humphrey's deteriorated so fast, which is sad.
But he was so good, and he had that punch fumble down pat, bro. But so
quarterbacks just don't have long shell lives.
Yeah. So
we got
we're all on. So what? Everyone picked the Chiefs, and then I picked the Bengals, and Eminel picked the Bengals.
I probably will pick the Bengals. Here's why: the Bills' defense was their biggest factor coming into the season. How elite that defense was going to look like. That defense was going to be a world beater. Hard to score on that defense. That defense has gone south since Von Miller got hurt. That defense has been allowing too many teams to score too many points in that team. You just can't 31 to the Dolphins to a third stringer. Granted, there's obviously a fumble 6. That's not the defense's fault. There's a couple of plays that were really good field positions. That's not the defense's fault. End of the day, that defense has become way too bend or break. Bend, don't break, to a point where it's starting to break. Since Von Miller got hurt, I think Joe Burrow can put up points like this when he's slinging the rock. He didn't look that way against the Ravens, but the Ravens defense, since adding Roquan Smith, has been a lot better, in my opinion, than the Bills defense since losing Von Miller. So I'd probably have the Bengals for that reason.
Okay, so I'm the only one. I'll stand here. I'll stand here like a soldier, and I'll take my hits, even though I have to.
All right.
I mean, you never know. Maybe this will be Josh Allen's defining moment. Maybe, but
maybe this is where he becomes elite.
I need Joe Shiesty to go. He needs to go.
White boy of the year.
But no, I mean I totally agree though. The Bills don't got that pass rush anymore.
They do not
with Von Miller, and like not only that, but Von Miller he can play back into zone 2, and take away all of those over the top routes and all of that. So it's tough.
Yeah, it's a tough loss.
And that's kind of what the Dolphins were doing too a lot. They were running a lot of slants and drags with Tyreek and Waddle and a whole bunch and everyone else too, which was tough.
And I guess we go to the last game.
Cowboys-Niners. Matt got $2 million on the Cowboys.
Matt I lose $2 million.
Yeah, I agree. I got Niners.
Again, it's just that defense for the Niners that I just don't know how you put points in that defense like that.
Their defense has no like real cracks. Like every part of their defense is just so solid, and then they have probably the depoy Nick Bosa. So
it's like you can argue their secondary is probably their weak point, but they have monsters in Ward. What's his name? I forgot his name. Oh my God.
Warner, Bosa, Armstead.
Warner is the best linebacker in football. I don't want this argument. I don't care about Micah Parsons. I don't care. It's Pete Warner.
You mean Fred?
Fred Warner. My bad. Fred Warner. My bad.
Fred Warner is pretty good. I saw this thing. There's this, for some reason, my TikTok algorithm always gives me these guys just saying horrible sports takes. And one of them was some guys talking about like all-time linebackers. And they're like, Fred Warner's going to be in that top 5 pretty soon. He's playing like this. And I was like, what are these guys? That's a stretch. Because really,
let's relax.
Let's calm down.
Let's calm down.
I'm pretty sure he started making a name for himself 2 years ago. And then last year he was solid. And now this year he's the captain and the
my opinion, the best linebacker in football, yeah. Let's relax. Let's give him time to earn that right before we say he could be a top 5.
And the thing is, and that's what I'm saying. People on TikTok say that, and I'm like, he's not even the best linebacker in Niners history yet. So,
shout out
Pat Willis. Navarro Bowman was dirty. Patrick Willis, like, come on, man.
If Patrick Willis didn't retire early, he would be a top 5 linebacker all time.
This Niners team is way too deep. I don't see it. And this Niners defense is a lot better.
I believe that's how you say his name, Mufunga. The safety, he just got All-Pro.
Oh, Hufanga? Hufanga?
Yeah, he just got All-Pro, yeah.
No, yeah, their secondary is super underrated.
And, like, how do you stop this offense? You can't.
Like, Brock Purdy knows where to put the ball. He just puts the ball where it needs to go. He lets his receivers make plays, his running backs make plays. Obviously, George Kittle make plays. And there's just so much strength, athleticism, and talent in the offense, bro, in the skill positions. I mean, the offensive line is amazing too. Like, you can't break it.
Like a tight end too. It's insane. He's not that big of a guy. He's still out here blocking like Kittle.
Trent Williams, that boy McGlinchey. Yeah, the 49ers are a really good football team, man.
You can do that. I mean, McCaffrey's probably going to take like 90% of the snaps, but when McCaffrey's out, you still got Elijah Mitchell.
Also, the Niners have to have the mental warfare. They eliminated the Cowboys last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Even though a lot of people say that game was a little, rigged, but I don't know.
Cowboy fans can say Cowboys things at the end of the day.
Yeah, I also think that I don't know. I think that the end of the game was partially on Dak Prescott.
Yeah, they didn't give the ball to the official right away. That was the reason why they lost.
They didn't get the ball to the official right away. I'm pretty sure he slid. He could have at least made an effort to get out of bounds. I
don't know, but I think we all got the Niners though, so it's easy.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So we all got the Chiefs. You two got the Giants. I got the Eagles.
I got the Eagles.
Stuck Eagles. I'm the only one with Giants. Me and Emmanuel have the Bengals. You have the Bills.
I have the Bills, and we all have the Niners.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, it's gonna be starting tomorrow at 4:30. Eastern Standard Time.
Playoff
Eastern
football,
Standard
baby.
Time. Yeah, we're all gonna be tuned in.
Playoff football.
Hopefully, Tony Romo is calling the game.
Oh my God, Tony Romo was riding the Bills dirty, bro.
He was. It was bad.
Is he, bro? I love Tony Romo's commentary.
It was good when he started, but now he's starting to show so much favoritism, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
Hey,
I just like the way that he calls it before it develops. But what are you gonna say about NBA?
For the NBA though, LeBron's still leading in All-Star votes. No one thought this was gonna happen. Our boy LeBron.
38.
He's 38. He's averaging like 39 and 8 on like 50% shooting. At the age of 38. He's cooking right now. Who's Kevin Durant? I don't know who Kevin Durant is. Who's
about to be the all-time leading scorer?
Yeah,
when he breaks that, it's gonna be crazy.
He's like 350 some points away or something like that right now.
Yeah, and he's closed the gap too a little bit because he just put up 40 and 35.
They're projecting it to happen in February before All-Star Weekend, and then they're gonna honor him. All-Star Weekend.
I was looking at the schedule. I was hoping they played the Magic. I was like, bro, I gotta buy a ticket now, man. But they don't.
If it gets close, we are going. We are going.
For the Magic?
Oh, sure. They already played in Orlando. Shit, we can't even go to that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not gonna happen. I think I checked the schedule to see if the Magic. I'm talking about like the other day. I was like doing the numbers, like trying to say if he puts up this many points each game, like what game?
No, realistically, it has to happen. I'm not calling it crypto. It has to happen in Staples Center.
Yeah.
Realistically, I feel too many legends played there. Kareem played there. Kobe played there. Magic played there. Shaq played there. It has to happen in Staples.
Does anyone know how many points he is off exactly?
Let me check right now.
Let me look it up.
Because February 4th, Lakers at Pelicans.
I'm not going to New Orleans, bro.
Bro, guys, I will go with you, bro. 284 points.
How much?
Oh wait, no. Cap. Hold on.
I gotta do some quick math out here.
Okay, and then
because we also gotta add in the fact that AD's coming back next week too, late next week. So
I mean, they got to make a push to the playoffs. At the moment, it looks like it's 283.
correct. And he's gonna shave it down a little bit more.
and what's he averaging right now?
30. He's playing right now. He has 7 right now. So
I'm gonna do some quick math. So I'm gonna cut it down a little bit because when Anthony Davis comes back, it's probably gonna drop down to like 24, 25 points per game. Because like let's be honest, because AD is probably gonna be taking a lot of the load again. So let's just say 24. It's gonna take him 11 games. So 4, 6, 8, 10. So if everything goes perfectly right now, he puts up 24 in the next how many games? It's gonna end in Golden State.
Oh, that'd be perfect. That would be
wow.
storybook. That would be storybook.
Yeah.
Or they wait until February 23rd and have him do it at home against Golden State. Because that
would be a lot more storybook.
Yeah.
At
home.
Staples Center against the Warriors would be.
Against
Yeah,
the
you
greatest
can't write
foe.
it up any better than that.
Yeah. So something's just meant to be, you know?
I think that's the only like game that like I would really want it to happen, or any team besides the Clippers, but they don't play the Clippers anytime soon.
You know what? The only thing that could top that is if he does it against Cleveland.
They're here. Yeah, they already beat
Cleveland.
Cleveland. They already played Cleveland this year. But no, I mean, I'm thinking because when's the All-Star weekend?
He's gonna do it before the break.
So it's February 17th through the 19th.
You also gotta expect. You're also hoping LeBron doesn't have like a 40-point performance, which is likely.
Do you know what'd be great? February 15th, Pelicans at Lakers.
The AD trade.
AD trade, Zion, BI.
Is Zion and BI play?
Yeah, probably
Is
not.
Brandon Ingram close to coming back?
Bro, listen, I have him on my fantasy team, bro. He's not even practicing yet.
But no, I think, or I wish February 9th against the Bucks.
Selfishly, against Giannis.
Against Giannis. But like, I hope when he does it, I hope he drops like a 50 piece to do it.
Yeah, that bro.
I don't want LeBron to be like 3 points away. He hits a 3 the first possession of the game, and then it's just done. No, it needs to be like a historic 50 piece buzzer beater. 3, boom.
If he does it on a buzzer beater, that would be crazy.
Literally, the Russell Westbrook triple-double buzzer beater is what I need for this LeBron stat. I think I'd cry. I'd cry if he had a buzzer beater for the all-time.
It would be
scoring.
beautiful.
I promise you, we will be watching that game together. Whenever LeBron is close, we will be watching.
When he gets within like 60, you have to watch like
every minute of Lakers basketball. Yeah.
I don't care what we gotta do.
I mean, ESPN says they're broadcasting straight Laker games until he breaks the record. So,
I mean, who knows, dude? He might be 83 points away, and he might go out and drop 84. Who knows?
If he tops Kobe's 81, that would be crazy.
He's not good.
For the all-time, that I don't think that'll happen. Yeah, he's too old.
No, there's no way. LeBron is not the type to drop 80. If he wanted to, he probably could, but he's not the type.
It either needs to happen. It needs to happen at Staples against the Warriors on February 23rd. But I think that's too long.
It's too far, yeah.
But it depends. We'll have to see what happens when AD comes back, though. If AD comes back and he's taking a lot of the workload, then the 23rd is a very possible day. But otherwise, I think – I want to happen before All-Star Weekend, though. That's the thing. But, like, the only date that I would really want it to happen would be either against the Pelicans or against the Bucks.
All right. I'm gonna bring up a nightmare scenario. This is worst case, okay? Obviously, I'm not rooting for this to happen. I'm just bringing up.
You better not say injury.
Injury, yes. What happens if he's like 5 points away and he tears his ACL?
Whoa!
Damn.
Whoa!
I'm just saying. What would happen?
Clipping that and putting that on TikTok.
Whoa.
It's like I'm not rooting for it. I want LeBron to break the record. It's just what would happen.
See, okay,
Let's
here.
all calm down.
Imagine if he ties Kareem's record, but then just retires. He doesn't break the record.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. I mean, it's
He wants to play with his kid. Why would he do that?
We're just throwing out foolishness now.
Yeah, the tomfoolery is real right now.
But no, I hope it happens at Staples against Golden State. Or
That
even
would be
or even at Golden State. I wouldn't be mad about it. Because I don't think Kareem broke the record at Staples or whatever it was, the Forum or whatever it was.
I wish I could tell you. Well, to be fair, yeah, I said Kareem and Magic played in Staples. They didn't play in Staples. They played in the Forum. But that little fun fact. I think the best ways that you do it are against Golden State at Staples, or you drop a 50-piece buzzer beater.
It has to. I don't want to be like, okay, LeBron's gonna break the record tonight. I don't want that. I want to be like
LeBron has to make one lay. Yeah, I don't want that either.
I want to be like on my feet. Like I want to be like, it's like when 2013 in the finals when Ray Allen hit that three in the corner. I want to be like that, or I want to be like Kyrie when he hits the shot,
or when Kobe dropped the 60-piece of his retirement game,
or that. Yes, I want something like that, or when the Lakers won the finals against the Heat. I want to be
straight up.
when Brown dropped that 30-piece triple double on your guys' head.
Hey, man. Happens, bro.
It's all good. But okay, I think you guys have anything else that?
Nah, I think this is a long pod.
Yeah. I was just saying, I looked at it. We had just started making predictions. It was 58 minutes. I was like, damn, we've been talking for a minute, bro.
Sometimes you just lose track of time and you just keep talking.
Yeah. For sure. No, this is definitely a lot of fun, bro. I don't get to talk in-depth sports very frequently, so it's definitely refreshing.
You're always welcome to join. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Guys, we talk podcast.
Bro, where do you go to school at, bro?
FIU.
Okay. Are you also? You're not in a dorm, are you?
I am.
No, I'm at home. He's
no,
at home.
I can see that you are, bro. Yeah. But
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hey man, dude. Sooner or later, we're gonna be big.
Hey man, if you ever come down to South Beach, you already know.
No, for real. I actually do need to take a trip to Miami to see a longtime friend. So if I ever am down there, bro, I'll definitely let y'all boys know, bro. For real.
For sure. And wait till we find time so we can do the TikToks and shit, because we sometimes record TikToks and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
We need to go down to
we do need to start doing that again soon. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we need to go down to Dade County Arena, and start doing
Dade County Arena now. Yeah.
I almost said FTX. Almost.
Nah. We prefer AAA over FTX at this point. FTX destroyed us.
Hey, February 8th, be prepared for another big TikTok happening around then. Another big TikTok around there.
Say that.
Well, I guess we're signing out.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. It was a good time. I appreciate y'all having me.
Of course, anytime.
I'll be back on it sometime. Yeah, for sure, man. We'll see what happens tomorrow, 4:30 sharp, Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I'll catch y'all, man. Have a good night.
Take care, everyone. Take care.
See you, Space Cowboy.
Yep.